It's time for state tournament basketball here from the Casey Center in downtown Des Moines. It's the 2026 Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union State Basketball Tournament presented to you by the Iowa Farm Bureau. We move on to the 4-5 matchup here in Class 1A as Dunkerton will be playing the 4-seeded Lynnville-Sully Hawks, who make a triumphant return here to the state tournament. Hi again, everyone, with the legend, Tammy Blackstone. I'm BJ Shaven as we move on into this quarterfinal. And Tammy, I'm excited about this matchup. You've got an unbeaten team in Lynnville-Sully against a battle-tested Dunkerton squad.
Absolutely. I think we're in for a good one today. These teams on paper really match up evenly. You'd think you were looking at twin teams here. They win games by about 40 points. Both of these teams. So we haven't had a lot of close games leading up to this point, showing why both of them belong here at the state tournament.
As we take a look at it, how is each team going to get their game out onto the court? And as we look at the road to state here, these two teams in the matchup, Dunkerton 22-2, they're Region 6 champion. They beat Edgewood-Colesburg. They pass the ball really well. Look at that, nearly 19 assists per game. 69 points per contest. They've got Kylie Pexa and Haley Kipp to contend with.
Yep, absolutely. The other thing I'd add to that is they also average 20 steals per game. Oof. That's more than any other team in the entire state, any class.
And on the other side for Lynnville-Sully, 24-0. They beat who was on their schedule. They're the Region 2 champion, defeated North Union to advance, allowing just 25 points per game. They can really clap it on you defensively. And they can shoot the three, the best in 1A, right at 35% from beyond the arc. Their two leaders, Kate Hawthorne and Bree Lowry. Well, for this matchup and more, when we come back, we'll take a look at today's Seeds for Success. That'll be presented to you by Channel Seeds. Plus, we'll have our starting lineups as we get you set for tip-off. You're watching the 2026 Girls State Basketball Tournament presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau on the Girls Union Digital Network, powered by Mid-American Energy.
Mid-American Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Something exciting is growing on Iowa farms these days. Innovation. From tractors that seed, weed, and harvest with data-driven precision, to drones that scout or plant cover crops to protect soil and water. Even our animals live in smart homes with round-the-clock care. Technology keeps your food safer, water cleaner, and makes us more sustainable. Because what we do here benefits everyone here. Life on the farm makes everyone's life better.
Yeah, it's a trip when you hit the road. And when you know when you've arrived. It's a trip when you get everything you want. The burger and the fries, the creek and the crick, the city and the countryside. It's a trip when you're where you're meant to be. In this moment, in this bathroom mirror, looking like $1 million. And yeah, it's a trip when it goes by fast. Des Moines, it's a trip. Make it yours.
It's the simplest expression. The smallest thing that changes everything. A smile. So easy. A smile lights it up. Apologizes. And welcomes unconditionally. Because the shortest distance between two people is a smile.
Thank you.
Hy-Vee, where there's a helpful smile in every aisle.
It's the Class 1A quarterfinal as you're watching the 2026 Iowa Girls State Basketball Tournament presented to you by the Iowa Farm Bureau. It's the 4th-seeded Lynnville-Sully Hawks and the 5th-seeded Dunkerton Raiders. It's time now to take a look at our Seeds for Success presented to you by Channel Seeds. Tammy, what do you got?
Yeah, absolutely. For Dunkerton, they have a bit of a height advantage here. Lynnville-Sully is not a tall team. They do have a trio of 5'9" post players that play a little bigger than they are, but that still gives the height advantage to Dunkerton with 6 foot, 6'1" underneath, and they can use that if they can. And that leads right into controlling the boards, which that will be a really important game key for them. For Lynnville-Sully, they need to handle the press. Dunkerton plays aggressive pressure defense. They're probably going to jump right out into it. And they also need to limit the looks that Kylie Pexa gets for the Raiders. Kylie Pexa is extremely athletic, averages 20 points a game. She is a point guard for the Raiders, and they're going to need to limit her ability to get to the basket.
Well, those are your Channel Seeds for Success. These two matching up for the first time ever. What a dandy it's going to be. The winner is going to get Bishop Garrigan in the semifinals coming up on Friday. When we come back, it'll be time to get this thing started. It's Lynnville-Sully in Dunkerton as you're watching the 2026 Iowa Girls State Basketball Tournament here from the Casey Center in Des Moines.
Do you volunteer or hang with friends? Play pickleball. Read or follow trends. No matter what your retirement style, you deserve healthy eyes and a healthy smile. Some Medicare plans don't cover vision or dental. With Delta Dental, you can save on what's essential. Get coverage and take care of your health. It's peace of mind, so treat yourself. It's more affordable than you might think. Give us a call or visit this link.
As title sponsor of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union, we're proud to support this fantastic event. At the Iowa Farm Bureau, we believe that strong farms and strong schools fuel strong futures. Partnering with the Girls Union allows us to celebrate Iowa's youth while supporting and empowering the Iowa girl.
Reaching the state tournament is no small feat, and it takes a strong support system. Thanks to the Iowa Farm Bureau, we're able to honor students for their outstanding achievements in each of their sports and in the classroom. The Iowa Farm Bureau helps our organization provide awards, grants, and scholarships to honor excellence in athletics and academics.
Whether you're a student competing today or a fan cheering from home, we all play a role in making our state shine. So, from the Iowa Farm Bureau
and the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union,
congratulations on a fantastic season and good luck.
It's time for basketball here from the Casey Center in Des Moines in this Class 1A quarterfinal with Tammy Blackstone on BJ Shaban. Let's get the lineup set for you as we turn it over to today's public address announcer, Mike Householder.
The Lynnville-Sully High School Hawks. Tradition is an important part of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union's storied history because our past is an integral part of what we do today. We ask that everyone in attendance please join in a round of applause to show our appreciation to all the women who participated in high school athletics in Iowa. Once an Iowa girl, always an Iowa girl. All right, fans, at this time, the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union and the Iowa Farm Bureau would like to recognize the outstanding sportsmanship shown by Dunkerton High School and Lynnville-Sully High School. In recognition of the importance of good sportsmanship, each state qualifying school was asked to nominate a spectator who represents their school and community in a sportsmanlike manner. Karina Romero, a member of the IGHSAU Student Athlete Advisory Committee, will present each nominee with a certificate of recognition and a $250 check payable to their school's scholarship fund. Please join us in honoring these individuals whose decorum and respect for others serves as a model for all spectators attending interscholastic events. From Dunkerton High School, it's Jan Fueling. And from Lynnville-Sully High School, it's Corey Tice. The Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union promotes good sportsmanship by participants, coaches, and spectators. We request your cooperation by supporting the participants, officials, and spectators in a positive manner. Profanity, racial, sexist, or abusive comments, or intimidating actions directed at officials, participants, coaches, team reps, or event personnel will not be tolerated and are grounds for removal. We thank you for your cooperation and invite you to enjoy the game. And now, fans, it's time to introduce the players in today's quarterfinal matchup. Today's team intros are brought to you by Hy-Vee. First, the non-starters for the Dunkerton Raiders. Number 10, Maddie Wells. Number 11, Alex Shaner. Number 20, Ella Fueling. Number 21, Addison Shaner. Number 22, Delaney Tonoff. Number 23, Milena Boshin. And number 30, Taylor Kipp. Assistant coaches for Dunkerton, Brian Brungard, John Rathy, and Brittany Turpin. And now let's meet the non-starters for the Hawks from Lynnville-Sully High School. Kenna Johnson. Aubrey Harthorn. Number 22, Emma Parkinson. Number 24, Brooke Harthorn. Number 30, Brynlee Farrell. Number 32, Isabel Voss. And number 40, Mandisa Voss. Assistant coach for the Hawks, Jeff Corbett. And now, let's meet your starters for both teams. For Dunkerton, a 5'8" junior guard, number 2, Abby Waskow. And for Lynnville-Sully, a 5'7" sophomore forward, number 10, Bria Lowry. For Dunkerton, a 5'8" junior guard, number 3, Kylie Pexa. For Lynnville-Sully, a 5'5" senior guard, number 12, Kate Harthorn. For Dunkerton, a 5'3" junior guard, number 5, Ava Fueling. For Lynnville-Sully, a 5'8" senior forward, number 14, Tatum Heiser. For Dunkerton, a 5'7" senior guard, number 12, Daisy Fetkether. And for Lynnville-Sully, a 5'9" junior forward, number 34, Brylan Tice. For Dunkerton, a 6' senior forward, number 33, Haley Kipp. And for Lynnville-Sully, a 5'9" junior forward, number 52, Ava Brummel. Head coach for Dunkerton, Brad Turpin. Head coach for Lynnville-Sully, Jerry Holsing. Officials for today's game, referee John Morrow, umpires Chris Armstrong and Dan Dearland, and bench referee Josh Schaefer.
All right, let's play some basketball, shall we? 4th-seeded Lynnville-Sully taking on the 5th-seeded Dunkerton Raiders. Lynnville-Sully back here at the state tournament again. For Dunkerton, making their 3rd overall state tournament appearance and their 2nd straight, as the Hawks will be wearing their home white uniforms with baby blue trimmed in black, and for Dunkerton, away red with white numbers trimmed in black. It'll be Kip jumping center with Heiser, and this one is underway, controlled by Dunkerton. The Raiders won the Iowa Star North Conference title for the first time in 10 years. They've been on quite a roll. They'll go inside right away, can't get the bucket, as the rebound comes down to Hawthorne. Again on the floor for Lynnville-Sully, you've got Lowry, Hothorn, Heiser, Tice, and Brummel. And for Dunkerton, Waskow, Pexa, Fueling, Fetketter, and Kip. They'll put it on the deck, will be Hothorn. Caught up in traffic. Lowry, shot deflected away. Pexa got her hand on it. And they'll look to push tempo up into the front court. Fueling. That's a bucket.
Nice quick score there by the Raiders, just kind of bringing it up to court quickly, finding that open girl and making it count.
Fueling averaging nearly 8 per game, and they force a turnover here. Another steal for Dunkerton.
Expect to see that aggressive pressure defense, that press, and here able to convert on it.
And Fueling makes Dunkerton jump out to a 5-0 lead. How about the start for the Raiders? Lowry into the front court. Skip pass to the top, the 3 by Hothorn.
Lynnville-Sully able to break the press that time and make it hurt with a 3-pointer from the top of the key.
The threes are falling for both teams. Expect them to get up and down the court. A lot of good pressure defense. Here's Pexa. Good ball rotation, 3 from the wing. Kip.
Kip is a really versatile in-out player. She is a 6-foot senior, and there we saw her take that outside shot and put it right through.
The Hawks able to break the pressure. Into the front court with Tice. Hothorn looking at the defense, surveying. Now the cutter. How about that? They can't get the bucket to go as Lowry had a point-blank look.
It's a nice take there by Lowry. That's what she should be looking for, and those will fall.
Now Pexa. Little hezzy. And will go to the line to shoot 2.
Pexa's so good at finding opportunities for herself. She makes things happen. She's their point guard, their slasher, their leader for this team. Expect to see a lot more of that from Kylie Pexa.
That's her first foul of the game, and it's called against Tatum Heiser. To the line with Pexa. Kylie, just a 54% free throw shooter. A lot of those struggles were early on in the season, really picked it up as of late, and has more than 1,000 points in her career. That free throw in and out. But how about the start by Dunkerton? A couple of threes, up by 6. Little handoff up top. Lowry caught up in traffic, and a turnover. Out ahead to Pexa. Great effort by Dunkerton.
Really fun, scrappy play there by the Raiders.
This one's loose on the ground. What are we going to see? A kick ball. And Dunkerton will get it back on the turnover. Lynnville-Sully entered this game 24-0, won the South Iowa Cedar Conference at 16-0. I don't know if they've seen this type of competition.
Right. And, even though we only have one undefeated team here today with the Hawks, the Raiders have only lost to Dubuque-Wahlert, who was also here at the state tournament, and Springville, who was expected at the state tournament and got upset by the Key Hawks in the regional final.
Fueling with another 3. Her second of the game. She's got 8 coming into the game. Isabel Voss, the 5'9" sophomore for the Hawks. Another turnover. Pexa finds her teammate. They can't convert, as they're causing havoc in backcourt.
Pexa almost got another hand on that coming up.
Spin it off to Voss. Now to Hothorn. And we have an injured Hawk out on the ground. That is Isabel Voss, the 5'9" sophomore. Key contributor. And she is in pain on the court, so we've got an official's timeout here.
Can't tell if she's holding her knee or her ankle there, but.
And we'll take a timeout with them. Dunkerton leads at 12-3 as you're watching the 2026 Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union State Basketball Tournament.
At American Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
12-3 our score. Dunkerton with a lead on Lynnville-Sully with 4:32 to play here in the opening quarter. Isabel Voss down on the court right now. The trainers are attending to her. She just got up on her own power, and she's not putting a lot of weight on that left leg. We'll try to get you an update as this game moves on. As Voss, the sophomore, came in averaging nearly 9 per game, 6 rebounds, the first player off the bench. Will be missed, but Dunkerton applying a lot of pressure here, and Lynnville-Sully having a tough time answering that.
Yeah, it's not only the full court defense. They are really swarming in the half court too, and just making every pass difficult. And you can tell it has brought the Hawks, put them a little bit on their heels, and maybe not what they're used to seeing day in, day out.
Hothorn, the pump fake and the drive. Gets the bucket. What a shot by Kate Hothorn. She has all 5 of her team's points. Now Lynnville-Sully with the pressure in backcourt.
Pressure defense on both sides is really affecting the flow of this game.
Kip had the ball deflected out of her hands. Out on the floor for Dunkerton, it's Waskow, Pexa fueling Fetketter, Kip. For Lynnville-Sully, it's Lowry, Hothorn, Heiser, Hothorn, Brooke Hothorn checking in for the first time, and Brummel.
Really nice finish there by Haley Kip, the senior. Great touch around the basket.
She has 5, and Dunkerton's lead to 9. They go to the high post. Do the Hawks. They'll put it on the deck with Brummel. That's deflected out. 17 on the shot clock as Dunkerton goes to the bench for the first time, as Milena Boshin will check in.
The Hawks looking to make something happen. I think that high post is maybe because they're a little bit out. They're not quite as tall as the Raiders, and so starting up top and giving yourself a little bit of space might be the strategy there.
By the way, on the bench, Isabel Voss, they're looking at her right ankle. We'll see if they'll tape it up and have her re-enter. Kip will get the board for Dunkerton. Into the front court to Fetketter. And she'll have it taken away that time by Lowry. Here comes Lynnville-Sully. To the rack with Lowry. And gets the spin.
Nice friendly roll there. Just really good play. Able to take it away, finish on the other end.
14-7, Dunkerton. Looking to drive it is Pexa. Caught up on the block. Fueling, who's had the big moment so far. And how about this? Fouling a three-point shooter. Haley Kipp will go to the line to shoot three as she's fouled by Ava Brummel, her first.
And Kipp will take those outside shots. Here you can see another replay of that nice finish by the Hawks.
Kipp to shoot three. She's 65% on the season, and the Quincy University recruit able to hit the first one. In fact, Dunkerton 3 for 3 from three-point range so far.
That's a nice start.
Kipp misses her second as Lynnville-Sully will go to their bench. Coming in, going to be Brylan Tice back into the contest, along with Tatum Heiser.
Kipp is not just an all-conference basketball player, but also all-conference volleyball. You'll hear me say that a few times for a few of these players tonight. These Dunkerton Raiders are all-around athletes.
Yeah, they qualified for the state tournament in volleyball this year. Had a great run. This ball in backcourt knocked away by Pexa and finishes.
Really good control there, able to finish that shot with the left hand by Pexa.
Hothorn able to break it. Kate will attack. Rebound left on the ground. Dunkerton up with it. On the deck with Waskow to Boshin. Good hard pump fake. Kick it around. Look out. Fueling. Yes!
Another three there falls for the Raiders. They are feeling it. They are feeling it from the three-point arc.
The 5'3" junior Ava Fueling has come to play in double figures with 11 as she makes her third three-pointer of the quarter.
And you can see there in the background they did heavily wrap the ankle of Isabel Voss, and she's heading out to the hallway now, probably do a little warm-up and see how it feels to jog on that.
But look out, Dunkerton leads it by 14 in a blink of an eye, if you will. And we're just 6 minutes into the opening quarter. Taylor Kipp, the younger sister of Haley, will check into the game. The 6'1" junior averaging about 5 per contest. Lynnville-Sully looking to find an answer to this pressure. It's been relentless. They look to break it out ahead to Heiser, who will attack. Little strong on the shot.
And that's where they can make it hurt there, that pressure defense, by getting those fast breaks. Just gotta put those in under the basket.
Boshin had her foot on the baseline. It'll be turned over.
The Hawks just having a little trouble finding their offensive stride here. You see them look a little rushed on the offensive end if they're able to break it, but these are just taking seconds off the clock here, even getting it over that half-court line.
Aubrey Hothorn hands it off to the elder sister, Kate. Nearly got her pocket picked. They go to the high post to Heiser. 14 on the shot clock. Lynnville-Sully will look to inbound it underneath their own hoop. The Hawks from the corner, that three left a little strong, and the rebound to Taylor Kipp.
It's a good look there by Harthorn. That's her shot.
Pex's pass deflected out. Each team going back to their bench. And how about this? Isabel Voss, the 5'9" sophomore, back into the game for Lynnville-Sully. Again with that heavily taped right ankle. Also into the game, Haley Kipp for Dunkerton. So they've got the Kipp sisters out there. Double trouble on the block. And a steal up top by Heiser. She'll attack. Can't get the layup. Wanted to see contact. There is a foul called. It's on Lynnville-Sully.
It's good defense there by the Raiders, hustling to get back and get in the way of that layup.
Dunkerton against the pressure. Here's Boshin. A terrific freshman, Milena. Averaging 8 per game, will drive and finish. That's why a lot of people are excited about her.
fantastic finish and control there for a freshman.
Lead now at 16. This one going to be turned over. Pexa up with it. Shot clock is off. Dunkerton going to hold for one here.
You know, seeing that full court defense both ways takes a lot of energy.
Ava Fueling hanging out in the lower right corner. She's had a terrific opening quarter with 11. How about the three by Kip? That's wide of the mark. Still some time on the clock, 4.4 to play here in the quarter. Lynnville-Sully will get a chance, but they have to work it up against this pressure.
Right. It's a long way to go in 4 seconds when you're facing this defense.
Aubrey Hothorn will put it in play. This ball deflected around. Heiser, half-court heave. 23-7 for Dunkerton. You can't ask for a better quarter than what they put out onto the floor. How about this to finish it? Milena Boshin, the freshman, gets a bucket. Dunkerton with the big lead as you're watching the 2026 Iowa Girls State Basketball Tournament.
At American Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Fuel choice that's cheaper, homegrown, and better for the planet? Now that's worth the hype. Pump it up with unleaded 88.
23-7, Dunkerton with a lead on Lynnville-Sully through the first quarter of play. As Lynnville-Sully guided by the legendary Jerry Holsing with 663 wins in his career. What's the coach telling his team right now?
You know, I think it's just telling them to settle down, that when you go to all the effort of breaking that press, you got to take your time then and look for a good shot and not to rush it. Just kind of a little bit of jitters here and nerves and settling them down. Like you said, he is a very experienced coach. 10th state tournament for him. This is the first, though, since 2014, so it has been a while since they've been here at the big show.
Just got to chip away. They get it into Brummel, who will draw contact. That might be some bread and butter right there to slow things down, as Brummel will go to the line to shoot two.
You know, what's kind of fun about this Lynnville-Sully team is 5 of these players had moms who were on the Lynnville-Sully teams that won 83 straight games back in the 90s and 3 state titles. That team included, of course, Hall of Famer Jessica Nickel, and we have a lot of excited parents watching this game today.
1 out of 2 on the trip for Brummel. 23-8 our score. We'll set the lineups for you here. Kip will kick it off into the corner. Dunkerton will attack. That's Waskow, and she'll go to the line to shoot two. She's joined by Pexa, Fueling, Fetketter. For Lynnville-Sully, it's Lowry, Hothorn, Heiser, Tice, and Brummel.
Waskow gets herself to the line. That was a nice, strong take to the basket. We also saw Haley Kipp working hard underneath, asking for the ball underneath that. I like to see that in a post player. When you work hard, you've got to call for the ball.
Lowry will pick up the foul, her first. As Waskow gets her first point of the game, came in averaging nearly 9. And for Dunkerton, a very experienced team. They're returning every starter from last season's state tournament team. As Waskow hits both free throws. And a steal by Pexa and finish.
She's an extremely scrappy player, not afraid to get on the ground, get her hands on all those loose balls.
Lowry into the front court. Can't get the layup. The rebound tipped around. It belongs to Lynnville-Sully.
Good job there by the Hawks of taking a quick shot off the fast break and then giving themselves a second chance and slowing it down, hopefully looking for a good opportunity here.
Here's Brummel on the attack. Can't get it to fall. Haley Kipp with the board. Outlets it ahead. Front court, Wascow. Now they'll reset, will the Raiders. In fact, they're just allowing 33.5 points per game. Lowest scoring average in the program's history. And you can see why. Now a foul going to be called on Ava Fueling. That'll be her first. In fact, they have the #1 scoring margin in school history. They're setting all sorts of marks this year as Dunkerton, doing a lot of it with defense like that. Now the skip pass ahead to Heiser. Here's Hothorn. Off to the baseline, Tice. Hawks will reset here. Well, you're looking at Wascow always swiping at the ball, and now swiped too many times, hand caught in the cookie jar, if you will, as she'll pick up her first.
It's the price you pay for that pressure defense. You know, that full court press, even though the Hawks were able to break it there, and they have been pretty successful, it took about 8 or 10 seconds off the clock, which just really changes the amount that you're able to do in your offensive set.
This one spun around as Hothorn will end up with it for Lynnville-Sully. Goes to the high post to Brummel. It's deflected away. Again, the hands are everywhere for Dunkerton. Out ahead to Pexa. She'll fire a three. Fouled and will go to the line to shoot three as Lowry will pick up her second. Pexa kind of feeling the effects of that foul, shaking off her right hand.
Pexa's so athletic. She's their slasher, their leader. She is all conference basketball, volleyball, and softball. So add one more sport for her.
Free throw missed by Pexa. Now the next one, she'll get one more crack at it.
Pexa is just a junior and has already surpassed that 1,000 point mark in her career.
Hawks go back to their bench. Voss will re-enter along with Brooke Hothorn. And she'll make good on one of those 3 attempts. Will Pexa.
If you think you're hearing that name a lot, you are. There are 3 Harthorn sisters on the Lynnville-Sully Hawks team.
In backcourt with Voss. We'll spin it ahead to the elder Kate Hothorn. You just have to work so hard to get the ball up into the front court.
Yeah, it not only takes time off the clock, but it also just kind of affects your energy level and your ability to settle down and play your own game.
That 3 ball dropped by Brooke Hothorn. Now breaking the pressure and finishing is Abby Wascow.
And that is the price of the full court press. Sometimes you can make them pay, and that time the Raiders did it.
Into the front court, trying to avoid the double team, and a steal again by Pexa. They average better than 20 per game. Now Dunkerton turning it over. How about this, though? A 19-point lead. On the deck with Heiser. Inside. And going to the line is going to be Isabel Voss as she's fouled by Haley Kipp, her second.
She's moving pretty well. She's got that taped ankle, but doesn't look to be in too much pain here as she is back on the court.
Voss came into the game shooting right at 65%. The Hawks right back to their bench. Aubrey Hothorn back in, the 5'3" freshman. She'll check in for Tatum Heiser. And the second one is good for Heiser. That's her first point of the game. Also into the contest, the freshman here in Melania Boshin for Dunkerton. And it's off of the Hawks as Boshin was trying to attack. Dunkerton will get it into Boshin. What a pass on the inbounds by Pexa. And Boshin now with 4.
It's a really nice play, quick score there by the freshman.
And a steal by Pexa. And just flicking that one out was Aubrey Hothorn. It's going to stay with Dunkerton.
The Hawks just having a really hard time with that pressure defense. You've seen them get caught there just across the half-court line in that half-court trap and in the last few possessions, and that's a tough place to be.
Jerry Holzing wants, needs, and gets a timeout. His team down by 20. It'll be a timeout taken here by Lynnville-Sully. Again, the Hawks have been rolling through competition today, finding a tough challenge. We'll have the end of the first half when we return as you're watching the Iowa Girls State Basketball Tournament.
At American Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Well, from homeowners to small businesses, Iowa banks know what it means to invest into the future. Their customer relationships are built on shared values and earned trust. Iowa Bank's your partner through it all. With Tammy Blackstone, BJ Shaban here courtside as you're watching the Class 1A quarterfinals. Dunkerton with the advantage here, 32-12, as they get the ball inbounded to Haley Kipp, who tried to back down her defender. Lynnville-Sully holding strong there on that possession. Hawks with the deep three. Hothorn off the mark. And this is going to stay with Lynnville-Sully.
That's kind of, even though there wasn't a press that time because there wasn't a made basket, it just kind of shows you how that pressure defense affects everything. There, Hothorn taking a very long three-pointer that she probably wouldn't normally take in this situation and just feeling that pressure all around.
And a 5-second call. Nothing has been easy today for Lynnville-Sully, as Dunkerton will have it back. They have been a machine here today and throughout the entire season. Looking at surveying Waskow, now to the top. This is a 3-ball. That's the first miss of the day from the perimeter by Fueling. She has 11 quick points in this game. 3 3-pointers. As the Hawks will look to drive with Hothorn. Here's Kate. Back out to her younger sister and Aubrey. They find Brummel, just can't hit it.
It was a good offensive set that time. They were driving, but every time a defender was there to stop them.
And Pexa going to be called for steps. And the Hawks will come back into the game with Bree Lowry. Dunkerton back to their bench as Daisy Fettketter will check back into the game, along with Taylor Kipp. They're joined by Boshin, Pexa, and Fueling.
Dunkerton not letting up at all with this full court defense. And if they don't get a hand on it here in the backcourt, they're going to be looking to trap as soon as that ball crosses the half-court line.
Into the front court goes Lynnville-Sully. Lowry. The Hawks will try to enter it to Lowry. Caught up in traffic, that left-hand one-timer no good. As Dunkerton will clear it. Again, they look to push. Boshin going to be called for a double dribble. fast-paced action, and this is right at the tempo that Dunkerton wanted to play at.
They do. They play this full court defense all year long. They keep that pressure on, forcing another really long three-pointer there by Harthorn.
Somebody's been watching some Caitlin Clark videos. Those are
so.
from way out for Kate Harthorn. Here's a drive by Pexa. Can't get it to fall. And here come the Hawks. The kick out to the corner. That's Harthorn. Can't get the three to fall. As things have been slowing down from the perimeter for Lynnville-Sully. Now 2 of 6 after hitting their first 2. And we've got a foul away from the ball. This goes against Brummel as she and Taylor Kipp were battling on the block.
Taylor Kipp working hard to get position in there and said a little bit too much shove in there from Brummel.
And a timeout going to be taken here by Brad Turpin and the Dunkerton Raiders. So a timeout here for Dunkerton, 22-2 on the year. They've got some very quality wins, including beating Class 2A's Denver by double digits this season. We mentioned they've been outscoring their opponents by the largest in school history by 35 a game. And the losses, well, were to Springville and to Wahlert Catholic. But, man, they put together quite the challenging schedule.
Right, absolutely. And we mentioned it before, but those 2 losses, Dubuque Wahlert, they are here at the state tournament. Springville was expected to be here, so those 2 losses were not to bad teams at all.
So out on the floor, Dunkerton will look to put it in play with Fueling, Boshin. Back to Fueling, off into the corner to Wajkow. Kipp and Fetketter also out there for Dunkerton. Here's the 3-ball. Wajkow can't get it to fall. And Harthorn up with it. Front court right side, Lowry called for steps before she can put it on the hard court. Haley Kipp will re-enter the game for her sister. And Kylie Pexa out onto the floor for Dunkerton. Again, the winner will get Bishop Garrigan coming up on Friday at 1:30. Here's Kipp on the block, the kick out. Now to the top, that's Fueling. Can't get that 3 to fall. Rebound to Dunkerton. And Kipp, drawing all sorts of contact, will go to the line to shoot 2, as that is the 5th team foul here on Lynnville-Sully. And she was in the act.
Great rebound there by Haley Kipp. She is a tough player. Her coach describes her as an enforcer out there, and we do see her just not shying away from contact, from going after those boards, and getting herself to the line.
And hits 1 out of 2 on this trip.
She heads to Illinois next year to play basketball for Quincy University.
Kipp with 8 in the game. Hawks back at it. This one deflected around. Good extra effort there by Bree Lowry. Saved it in the half court. And Pexa, another steal. Why not? She'll attack. Left hand. Can't get it to fall. And a foul on the rebound goes against Dunkerton. That'll be, let's see if that's their 5th. Yes, it is their 5th team foul. So Lynnville-Sully, with the clock stopped with 43 seconds to play here in the half, gets an opportunity. Just 5 points scored by Lynnville-Sully here in the second quarter, but the opening quarter, Dunkerton put 23 up on the board.
Yeah. That first quarter really set the tone. Both teams have slowed down a bit here in the second, but tough to come back from that tough first quarter, 23 points by the Raiders in that first quarter.
Aubrey Hothorn at the line. Misses both. And about an 8-second difference between the shot and game clock here for Dunkerton. Boshin off into the corner to Waskow. Has it deflected away. It will stay with Dunkerton. 19 on the shot clock.
Good hands there by Aubrey Harthorn on defense, breaking up the play.
Fueling to the top of the key to Boshin. Pexa will launch. And the rebound to Kip. The putback not there. Rebound to Voss. Shot clock's off. 10 seconds to play in the half. Aubrey Hothorn. Clock winding down. A steal here by Fueling. And that'll be the end of the first half. Dunkerton, 23 points in the opening quarter. Take a 33-12 lead into the locker room. You're watching the Class 1A quarterfinals here at the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union State Basketball Tournament, powered by Farm Bureau.
Oh, it looks like you spilled some grease.
Grills are multiplying and you need flavor that's bold.
There's nothing left for you to do
but to go to Fairway, your dream for Midwest meat. It's the one you need. Oh, yes, indeed. Oh, you better stake up. Fairway and meat go hand in hand.
This dream is meant for you and me.
Poultry, pork, and beef, your home for Midwest meat. It's the one you need. Oh, yes, indeed. Oh, yes, indeed.
Fairway, it's the one you need.
Excelling in athletics takes teamwork, dedication, and a commitment to excellence. These are the same qualities that help our pig farmers and our communities thrive. The Iowa Pork Producers Association is proud to support statewide high school athletics and the student athletes who make us all proud. Visit iowapork.org/WeCare to meet the people behind the pork and hear about our winning approach to caring for our pigs, the environment, and our communities.
Excuse me, man. You dropped this.
Health powers life, from the delightfully routine to the truly uncharted. Sometimes life takes an unexpected turn, like receiving a cancer diagnosis. At Mercy One, you have access to a team of cancer experts with advanced technologies and holistic therapies for the cancer care you need close to home. Our team will guide you every step of the way, ensuring you're ready no matter what life brings next. Find care at mercyone.org/healthpowerslife.
SWIC is a community. Southwestern Community College is a place in rural southwest Iowa where students from across the world come to be a part of a tight-knit family, Spartan Nation, where they study, train, grow, thrive, and are called by name, not by number. At SWIC, we are one.
It takes a village to care for a patient. From all of the various people, if you come see us, that you'll meet. Every one of those people, we try to get people that are committed to making that the best experience that they can do.
I think the breadth of coverage that we're able to provide, I think is unique. All of these different facets that all intertwine are what allow us to take care of the community the way that I feel they should.
At DMOS, we're here when you need us.
(33-12) as you're watching Dunkerton and Lynnville-Sully here in the Class 1A quarterfinals at the state basketball tournament as the Ballard drill team performs here at intermission. And Tammy, out of that first half, Dunkerton got everything they wanted and more out on the court.
They did. They came out in that pressure defense, never let up, and it caused a lot of problems for Lynnville-Sully. Even in times when they didn't get a steal, and they've had 11 of them, even times when they didn't, it still just disrupted Lynnville-Sully's offense in a way that really kind of put them on their heels and changed the flow of this whole game.
Well, let's take a look at the first half statistics here. What jumps out at you on this page?
Yeah, it's all kind of part of the same story. It's the 11 steals that Dunkerton has causing those 14 turnovers that you see over on the Lynnville-Sully side. And what you don't see there is that of those turnovers, Dunkerton scored 12 points off of those 14 turnovers. So they're not just creating those turnovers, they are converting those into points. The other thing I'm really seeing is that field goal percentage. Dunkerton is shooting very well, 48%. Lynnville-Sully, not bad, 21%, but could be better and will need to be better if you're going to come back in the second half and make up a deficit.
Certainly will, for sure. Well, when we come back, we'll take a look at the first half highlights and more as you're watching the Class 1A quarterfinals here from the 2026 Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union State Basketball Tournament.
At American Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Yeah, it's a trip when you hit the road. And when you know when you've arrived. It's a trip when you get everything you want. The burger and the fries, the creek and the crick, the city and the countryside. It's a trip when you're where you're meant to be. In this moment, in this bathroom mirror, looking like $1 million. And yeah, it's a trip when it goes by fast. Des Moines. It's a trip. Make it yours.
It's the simplest expression. The smallest thing that changes everything. A smile. So easy. A smile lights it up. Apologizes. Unwelcomes unconditionally. Because the shortest distance between two people is a smile.
Thank you.
Hy-Vee, where there's a helpful smile in every aisle.
As we take a quick break from tournament coverage, all of us at the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union want to extend our sincere appreciation to our title sponsor, the Iowa Farm Bureau, for their continued support of this championship event. I'm joined once again by Brent Johnson, president of the Iowa Farm Bureau, who's here to share more about the special souvenirs our participating student athletes will be taking home this week.
You know, that's right, Aaron. Our incredible student athletes won't be leaving empty-handed. Every athlete competing today will take home a custom souvenir bag tag to commemorate their hard work and dedication. And for our championship teams, we're thrilled to present pink championship ball caps, a bold symbol of everything that they've earned. Athletes will also receive a signature ball, perfect for collecting autographs from coaches and teammates and creating a keepsake that they'll treasure for years. Each of these items is more than just swag. They're reminders of what's possible when you work hard and follow your dreams.
Brent, thank you to the Iowa Farm Bureau for helping make this championship experience so special for our athletes. Now let's get back to the action.
We're back here at the Class 1A quarterfinals as you're watching the 2026 Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union State Basketball Tournament with Tammy Blackstone. I'm BJ Shaven. The first half, Dunkerton dominated up 33-12. The Raiders really caused a lot of havoc, and they were able to convert on some high percentage shots.
They were in there. You see a good inbounds play and a score there by the freshman, Bozen. We really just saw a pretty unstoppable performance by the Dunkerton Raiders, literally propelled by their defense. Full court press, trapping in the half court, causing so many turnovers, causing 14 turnovers, scoring 12 points off of those turnovers. And, when you think about what they're talking about in the locker room, how do you kind of adjust for that? If you're not ready for a full court press, I don't know that you can get ready during a 10-minute halftime.
Ava Fueling leading the way for Dunkerton with 11. She's 4 of 6 from the field, but 3 of those 4 are from three-point range. 8 points scored by Haley Kipp, 6 by Kylie Pexa. Lynnville-Sully led by Kate Hothorn. She has 5 so far in the game, and 3 by her sister, Brooke Hothorn. As Dunkerton and Lynnville-Sully battling it out. The winner again will take on Bishop Garrigan. Coming up at 5 o'clock this afternoon, Newell Fonda, the number 2 seed, takes on number 7 seeded St. Ansgar. And then the nightcap, the 3rd seeded Council Bluffs St. Albert, back to defend their state championship from a year ago, taking on the 6 seeded Exira Elkhorn Kimballton. Well, each team getting some warm-ups here before the second half. And Tammy, I got to say, it is a complete honor to get an opportunity to broadcast the game with you, because I don't know if you know this or not, but you literally just about ended my opportunity behind the mic.
What do you mean?
Seriously. I'm glad we got some time here before the second half, because I was broadcasting up at KICD as a young sportscaster. Our director at that time, Brett Roberts, said, hey, I want you to cover Spencer Cherokee that night. And he said, you're really going to enjoy the pregame warm-up. Didn't tell me about anything, what was going on. And then all of a sudden, folks, she's legendary. She dunked a basketball all the time in pregame warm-ups, and I wasn't expecting that. And I might have said a word that I really regretted a little bit later on as it landed me in the front office with Bill Sanders and John Werkler. We worked our way through it, but in all seriousness, again, legendary here in the state of Iowa.
They should have warned you. The officials were always so kind to leave the court, because I believe for half of my career it was still, it was a technical foul to dunk during warm-ups, and I think they changed that rule. But the officials were always so kind to slink off the court so that I could dunk. But I'm sorry I surprised you there. But I'm glad you got to see it.
Well, it was in vogue before it was in vogue, because you had Lisa Leslie in the
right.
90s be able to do that. But
right. Nina Smith from Waterloo could dunk as well. So there were a couple of us doing it in warm-ups. I don't think Nina ever did it in the game either. But fun to show off a little bit like that in warm-ups. And I'm sorry I made you say a bad word, but I'm glad I surprised you.
I wish social media was around back then, folks. You wouldn't. It was awesome. Well, Tammy, we've got the second half here out on the court for Dunkerton. Begin the second half. It's Abby Waskow, Kylie Pexa, Ava Fueling, Daisy Fettketter, and Haley Kipp. As things kept alive here as Waskow will flip it over to Pexa. We'll set the lineup for Lynnville-Sully in a moment. You have Waskow over to Fueling. Will go inside to Kipp. Avoids the double team. Good coverage on defense. Forcing that jump shot as that one's knocked around, as Lynnville-Sully just can't get the rebound. As they try to enter it to Kipp. Again, swing it out. The 3 by Fueling off the mark. And a foul going to be called here against Dunkerton and Haley Kipp. For Lynnville-Sully to begin the second half, they have Bree Lowry, Kate Harthorn, Tatum Heiser, Brylan Tice, and also Ava Brummel.
It's a good offensive set there for the Raiders. They were able to just kind of take their time and look for an opportunity and not able to convert. And now here come the Hawks, looking to start off the half in a positive way.
Lowry inside the paint. Jump shot, left it short, and a rebound comes down to Waskow. Again, Pexa thought about taking that jump shot. Here's the baseline runner by Kip. And the rebound and put back in a foul here as Daisy Fetketter will go to the line here to shoot two.
It's a nice follow there by the senior, getting herself in there in the mix and grabbing that rebound.
That foul will be on Brylan Tice. Her first.
Fetketter is another one of those all-around athletes. She was all-conference basketball and volleyball.
Misses both free throws here. Lynnville-Sully, there is a door open here for them to come back. Need to start converting on the offensive end, though, as they have not been down too many times this season, as you would figure, unbeaten entering today. Here's Brummel's shot. Not there. Rebound tipped around, belongs to the Hawks. Heiser gives way to Hothorn.
You see, even as they're moving the ball around, you can tell that defense is still affecting how they're playing, and they're just not able to find the opportunities that they're wanting to find.
Heiser tries to go to the low block, and it's going to be picked off. Waskow with the steal. Pexa delivers to Kip. The wraparound pass. Fueling for three.
Just like she started off the game, she is hot again here at the beginning of the second half.
That's 4 triples for Ava Fueling.
You know, it kind of goes to show that you just never know what you're going to see here in a state tournament game. I came into the game thinking Kylie Pexa would be the big one to stop. Ava Fueling has really stepped up and made those three-pointers.
Now,
speaking of Pexa.
Yeah, Pexa. Kylie getting it done. Good pass ahead by Waskow.
They have a lot of weapons in the arsenal there, and they can just go to a lot of different players for that scoring.
Lynnville-Sully having trouble getting it up. And now Heiser on the attack and finish. Tatum Heiser with her first field goal.
It's a good finish there after a difficult time bringing the ball up the court. Able to convert and get those points on the board is really important.
They go inside to Kip. The kick out. Fueling again from the wing. Yes!
When you're feeling it, then you are feeling it. She certainly is, and that is not what the Hawks are wanting to see, where they're trying to make up a big deficit here, and Fueling making it hurt.
5 triples today for Ava Fueling.
She averages 7 points a game, and she's certainly, she's at 17 already.
This will stay with Lynnville-Sully. Or I beg your pardon, Dunkerton. As the Hawks go to their bench, Brooke Hothorn will check in. Here's that 3 by Fueling. When you have a post presence, those shooters love that.
Absolutely.
Here's Pexa.
Such control there. That was just such a nice take to the basket, able to just finish so smoothly against defenders. Pexa's great at that.
And the outlet ahead a little too strong for Voss.
That full court press causing yet another turnover for the Hawks.
A 29-point advantage here for Lynnville-Sully. Or for Dunkerton, I beg your pardon, Lynnville-Sully usually has been on this end of it, though, for much of the season. They've won by an average of 33 a game this year, going unbeaten at 24-0, and the drive and finish here by Lowry. Pexa, coast to coast, and forgot the toll fee on the way through, but her teammate there to bail her out, and Haley Kipp.
Haley Kipp able to get her own rebound and then put one up and make it good.
Voss inside. Knocked down, but getting a clip of the body that time was Haley Kipp. That'll be her third.
That's the kind of block shot that when you're a post player, that feels clean. But, you know, now that I'm over here sitting watching, you can tell that you got her in the hips there. But it feels like you had a clean block shot.
Let's take a look at it again. Yep, there's some contact.
Yeah.
Voss able to hit the free throw. Lynnville-Sully back to their bench. Tatum Heiser will check back in. Taylor Kipp will come in for the older sister Haley. And the rebound will come down to the young freshman, Melania Boshin.
By the way, there is.
Off into the corner now, Boshin. 45-17. Dunkerton. They find Boshin alone, and she'll spin one in. And the freshman now has 6.
It's a good look, good ball movement there by the Raiders.
And a foul will be called here on Voss, so Dunkerton will get it back. That's Isabel's first. Bishop Garrigan winning earlier today in the 1A quarterfinals, 64-42. Awaiting the conclusion of this one. Dunkerton in prime position as they launch a three. Unable to get that down as Voss will collect the board.
Lynnville-Sully is just looking for a way to stay in this game and make up some of this 30-point deficit at this point.
Voss trying to back in her defender. Nifty move and finish for Isabel Voss. Her first field goal of the day.
Really nice crossover there by the sophomore.
This one on the deck. And a foul going to be called, a push by Tatum Heiser. That'll be her second. .152 to go in the third quarter. Dunkerton back to their bench. Kylie Pexa will check back in. She'll be in for Abby Waskow. And a timeout going to be taken here by Dunkerton. So Brad Turpin wanting to talk things over as Dunkerton has been nothing short of impressive here on the afternoon, leading at 47-19. And against in prime position for quite the quarter or semifinal coming up against Bishop Garrigan on Friday afternoon at 1:30 here from Casey Center.
And they're putting up just a nice balanced performance too. Fueling with 17 points, Pexa and Haley Kipp with 10 apiece. Boshin chipping in 6 and Waskow another 4. So they have a lot of different weapons out there, and they're utilizing all of them. And just that defense is just causing Lynnville-Sully such problems in the full court, in the half court, everywhere.
Then coming up here later at 5 o'clock, Newell Fonda, St. Ansgar, and Council Bluffs St. Albert will take on Exira Elkhorn Kimballton. That'll be coming up here later on. Daniel Versteg, Chris Larson will have the call of those two matchups here coming up here in Class 1A. Off into the corner, they get it inside to Kipp, the kick out. Fetketter to Kipp. Boshin can't finish it. Rebound belongs to Kipp. And we're going to see a tie-up. Possession arrow will give it to Lynnville-Sully.
Coming out of that timeout, I thought we might see Dunkerton back off of the full court press. I was wrong.
In backcourt with Lynnville-Sully. Hothorn caught up in traffic, and a timeout going to be taken here by Jerry Holzing before they lose the ball. A 30-second timeout here taken by the Hawks.
Coach Jerry Holzing for the Lynnville-Sully Hawks, 35 years as the coach. So, we mentioned earlier that some of these players' moms were part of that team that won 83 straight games, 3 state titles. He was their coach. That's kind of neat that, now they get to see their kids play for their same coach and have similar success to what they had.
This Class 1A field is simply loaded. You've got Bishop Garrigan, the top seed. Lynnville-Sully unbeaten at 24-0. They came at the 4 seed, Dunkerton at 22-2. You've got Newell Fonda, Exira, Elkhorn, Kimballton, Council Bluffs, St. Albert, St. Ansgar. This field had to be tough to seed. No question and no doubt about it because of the loads of talent that we've seen throughout the season. And it's all part of the fun here at the state tournament. However, in this game, the matchup's just been bad for Lynnville-Sully. Dunkerton, a team that likes to pressure the ball. We saw that early on, creating a lot of steals.
Yeah, they average 20 steals a game. Today they have 13 so far.
Hothorn going to be fouled on the floor. They're going to say it was in the act of shooting, I beg your pardon. As Fetketter will pick up the personal, that's her first.
Kate Harthorn at the line. She is this year's winner of the E. Wayne Cooley Scholarship, which is a really prestigious scholarship given by the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. Provides significant tuition assistance for girls who are go on and continue their college career in the state of Iowa.
Kate right now is sitting with 5 points, has over 1,000 points in her career. Actually had 17 in that regional final against North Union. Able to get her 6th point of the day as she knocks down that free throw. And what a terrific career she's had for Lynnville-Sully. Played since her freshman season. Big-time contributor, leader, both on and off the court.
For years, I had the privilege of sitting on the scholarship committee for that award that Kate Harthorn won. And man, the competition, these are all girls who played 4 sports. They're in speech, they're in band, they're in choir, they volunteer in their community. And so to be the winner of that against all these other very impressive young women is quite an honor for Harthorn.
Rebound fought for belongs to Dunkerton. Pexa will look to run pace. Good ball movement. Now Boshin will drive and finish.
She is so strong for a freshman. I think you mentioned earlier, but the town must be pretty excited to see someone like that come in a year like this when you're graduating some talent and you're here at the state tournament to see this freshman spark come in and think, okay, we're not done yet.
Brooke Hothorn able to knock down that layup. So what puts you over? Well, we'll get to that in the fourth quarter as Fueling launches a 3 and hits it. Her 6th three-pointer in the game, and Dunkerton takes a 49, make it a 52-22 lead into the Final 8 when we return as you're watching the 2026 Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union State Basketball Tournament.
At American Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Something exciting is growing on Iowa farms these days. Innovation. From tractors that seed, weed, and harvest with data-driven precision to drones that scout or plant cover crops to protect soil and water. Even our animals live in smart homes with round-the-clock care. Technology keeps your food safer, water cleaner, and makes us more sustainable. Because what we do here benefits everyone here. Life on the farm makes everyone's life better.
We're about ready to begin the final 8 minutes. How about Ava Fueling's day? Came into the game shooting about 30% from three-point range today. 6 3-pointers now with 51 on the season. As Dunkerton looking to advance to the semifinals, they lead it by 30. And we'll start the fourth quarter out on the floor with Waskow, Pexa, Fueling, Boshin, and Taylor Kipp. For Lynnville-Sully, Bray Lowry, Kate Hothorn, Tatum Heiser, Brylan Trice, and Ava Brummel. Here's Pexa. Gets the bucket. And Kylie Pexa now in double figures.
Dunkerton still attacking, still staying aggressive despite the 30-plus point lead here in the fourth quarter.
Lynnville-Sully tries to get a jump shot. It's left short by Lowry.
For the Hawks at this point to have a chance, you can't trade buckets. You got to have stops and scores nearly every time. And when the Raiders aren't slowing down, that's a tough thing to do.
Dunkerton opened up the game with 23 points in the opening quarter. Lowry had hit 3 3-pointers there. Fueling has. And they're leading it now by 34. A point away from a running clock. As looking to drive it in, Heiser. That ball deflected. It's going to stay with Lynnville-Sully, 9 on the shot clock. As Haley Kipp and Daisy Fetketter will check back in for Boshin and Taylor Kipp. Ball goes to the inside, Hardhorn, and Kipp will come up with a board. Good ball movement as Pexa will find her teammate. Fetketter fouled and will go to the line.
Dunkerton just moves the ball so well. They play with such confidence. They find their teammates. They make good, strong passes. And, even when you miss one under the bucket, oftentimes something good happens, like here, getting to the line.
Fetketter 0 for 3 from the foul line so far. Now we'll try to relax. And the free throw, not good. That time off to the right.
Fetketter is one of 5 seniors on this Dunkerton Raiders team, looking to finish off their season and their high school career really strong.
Hardhorn to the outside. Here's Heiser. Caught up in traffic. Another turnover as Fueling will end up with it. They'll get it inside to Kipp. That left hand might have been deflected away that time by Brummel.
Yeah, good defense that time by Brummel. I think she got a hand on it.
Entry pass to Brummel. Can't finish it. And here comes Dunkerton again, up by 34. Pexa will look to drive, goes through traffic, has it deflected away. And an outlet pass underneath, and finishing that time is Tice, getting her first basket of the game.
A nice look up the court there as they broke the defensive press.
Skip pass to Fueling. Now it goes into Kipp, and Brummel again. Good defense on the block.
Yeah, nice straight up defense there.
And a foul going to be called against Dunkerton, as hitting the deck hard that time was Tice, and a little slow to get up. Well, the quarterfinals nearly complete. In all 5 classes. What a tournament we've had so far, and it's setting up for a fantastic semifinals and, of course, championship games.
Tatum Heiser for the Hawks left the game. Looks like she had quite a bit of blood on her knee. She's cleaning up there. So it is a physical game. It has been from start to finish. When you have that pressure defense, a lot of these girls are scrapping for the balls, hitting the court, and looks like her knee took the brunt of it there.
This is going to stay with Dunkerton, who was the aggressor to begin the game. No nerves whatsoever. Again, making a return trip to the state tournament. Came out and stepped on the gas as Aubrey Hothorn will come into the contest.
And as you mentioned earlier, they only lost one senior last year, so nearly this entire roster was here at the state tournament last year for the Raiders, and they're back again. They will lose these 5 seniors before next year, but we're seeing some young talent out on the court, and so the future is bright for Dunkerton.
That pull-up jumper just off the mark. Waskow tracks it down and stepped out of bounds, trying to field the ball.
This Lynnville-Sully team will only graduate 2 players, Kate Harthorn and Tatum Heiser. The other 2 Harthorn sisters, and the rest of the roster will return.
Looking to drive. Jumper just off the mark. As here comes Dunkerton. Boshin will be at the point. Into Kip and called for travel.
Dunkerton has that kind of magic combination of being able to score from the outside and also having such a great post presence underneath. That's just such an advantage when you can have, when you're not just stuck with one or the other, but you've got, really opens up your options and makes it so no one can really be double teamed. The Hawks able to convert on that one.
Yeah, Isabel Voss with her 7th point of the day. She went out early with an injury, playing with a heavily taped right ankle, and it was great to see her come back.
Yeah, it looks like she may have a bloody nose as well. I'm seeing that she's
yeah.
Again, it has been a physical game, and Heiser on the bench with a very bloody knee.
And Kip going to be called for the travel again.
They don't escape without a few wounds here at the state tournament.
3:31 to play. Again, underneath, Bosch knocked away by Kip.
Nice block there by Taylor Kip.
Right now, Dunkerton doubling up Lynnville-Sully as you watch the block here.
And it was Haley Kip, my bad, not Taylor.
I'm sure they've been confused before.
I got to play with my sister in high school. It was pretty fun.
3:21 to go. Hawks will put it in play with Lowry. There's another block, that time by Boshin. Hothorn will attack and hit. Aubrey Hothorn checks into the scoring column, her first basket of the game. And what a drive by Pexa, but steps. And may have been cleared out by a hard screen. You mentioned it's been physical.
And when you're going at this pace, it just hasn't let up too much. A little bit here in the fourth quarter, we see now. There's no more full court press, but the pace has still been grueling for the game, and yeah, it absolutely does cause some contact and some injuries here and there.
It's like a late Sunday afternoon AAU game. Very physical. Pexa will drive and finish and snap an 8-0 run that Lynnville-Sully had going.
It's a nice smooth finish there by Pexa, and now we're seeing the Dunkerton coach bring in some reserves to give these starters a rest.
Pexa with 14. And another basket for Dunkerton and fueling. What a day for her. Ava Fueling, 20 points, 22, I beg your pardon. 8 of 11, now a timeout, as you mentioned. going to get an opportunity to get some more players into the game. And I think Coach Holzing wants to talk things over too. A 2:02 to play, 60-32. Dunkerton with the advantage here on Lynnville-Sully as the 2026 Iowa Girls State Basketball Tournament continues to roll on here from Casey Center. A lot of new twists at the state tournament this year, including the officials. No more zebras.
Right, I noticed that, yeah, with the pink piping there.
Yeah, pink piping, more of a professional look, if you will.
Yeah, I think these are the shirts that they use for women's college basketball refereeing. I learned that from my friend who's an official watching the games today.
And the Hawk has always been on the prowl. The mascots are here. It's always a fun time.
It's a great mascot.
The traditions, the history of the Iowa Girls State Basketball Tournament. As everyone's having some fun here. So, out on the floor, for these two, checking in is going to be Ella Fueling for Dunkerton. Here's a three ball put up and hit. How about that? Lynnville-Sully able to get that basket from Bree Lowry. As Dunkerton has Maddie Wells, Ella Fueling, Delaney Tonoff into the game, Melania Boshin and Taylor Kipp. Lynnville-Sully is Bree Lowry, Kate Hothorn, Tatum Heiser, Aubrey Hothorn, and Isabel Voss. Kipp on the block, finds Boshin, who can't get the roll off the rim. Hothorn out ahead to Heiser. Left hand layup good.
Nice sequence there by the Hawks. Heiser has that left knee taped up.
Hothorn asking to get a foul there on Boshin. It's going to be just the second team foul on Lynnville-Sully. And how about this? Brooke Hothorn is going to check in for her elder sister Kate, who will get a big hand as she exits stage left. What a career.
Absolutely. Again, Kate Hothorn over 1,000 points in her career, the E. Wayne Cooley Scholarship winner. Fantastic contributions to this program. Getting a well-deserved round of applause by Lynnville-Sully.
Emma Parkinson will now check in. Mandisa Voss also into the game for the first time. Brynley Farrell into the game and the steal and finish. No finish on that basket by Aubrey Hothorn. Leads to the other end, a break, and unable to get that shot to fall was Ella Fueling. Will get another crack at it here, or wants a crack, and has it deflected away.
Ella Fueling is the cousin of Ava Fueling, who has just had a standout day here at the state tournament.
This three left short. Addison Shaner also into the game for Dunkerton. Maddie Wells. Delaney Tonoff, as we mentioned, into the contest, getting a chance to play in her 19th game this season. Actually started on senior night to close out the regular season. 20 seconds to play. And a steal and a tip up into the front court. Hothorn will drive and finish.
Nice finish there by the youngest of the Hothorn sisters.
And Dunkerton going to be advancing. Powered by 7 three-pointers today. 6 of those from Ava Fueling, who finishes with a game-high 22. As Dunkerton will advance to take on Bishop Garrigan coming up on Friday afternoon at 1:30.
Lynnville-Sully just not able to handle that pressure defense that Dunkerton brought today. Intensity from start to finish.
So Dunkerton and Lynnville-Sully comes to a conclusion. Dunkerton faces Bishop Garrigan on Friday afternoon at 1:30. The next quarterfinal coming up, Newell, Fonda, and St. Ansgar. Let's go back to Mike Householder for the game awards.
For the awards presentation. In addition to receiving medals, each participating player will receive a commemorative basketball provided by the Iowa Farm Bureau, proud title sponsor of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. Presenting awards from the IGHSAU are Executive Director Aaron Gerlich and Basketball Administrator Gary Ross. Congratulations to head coach Jerry Hulsing and the Hawks from Lynnville-Sully on an outstanding basketball season. Well done, Lynnville-Sully. And now, we'd like to recognize today's Quick Star Star of the Game from Dunkerton, number 5, Ava Fueling. Ava's standout performance earns her the honor of advancing her team on the bracket to the semifinal round. Thanks to Quick Star for their support of the IGHSAU. Dunkerton fans, your team.
So it is a final 60-39. Dunkerton advances to take on Bishop Garrigan with a pretty dominant performance, Tammy.
Absolutely. You know, Dunkerton forced 19 turnovers there by the Hawks. That really was the story of the game. They say things start with defense, and here that was the case today.
On behalf of our analyst here, Tammy Blackstone, our producer on the afternoon, Mr. Randy Nielsen, I'm BJ Shaven saying so long and thank you for watching our live coverage of the 2026 Girls State Basketball Tournament presented by Iowa Farm Bureau on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy. To take on Bishop Garrigan with a pretty dominant performance, Tammy.
Absolutely. You know, Dunkerton forced 19 turnovers there by the Hawks. That really was the story of the game. They say things start with defense, and here that was the case today.
On behalf of our analyst here, Tammy Blackstone, our producer on the afternoon, Mr. Randy Nielsen, I'm BJ Shaven saying so long and thank you for watching our live coverage of the 2020